All right, here we go again. So, a sandbag knee wall will protect from the rain. And, military units know how to do that, I imagine. But you might want to list the services of at least combat engineers or maybe the Corps of Engineers or some entity that you have, Florida Engineer, whoever it is. Come up with the best structure for what you need to do. I mean, it definitely has to be at least 2 wide. There are some good videos online that show how to build a good foundation if you wanted to kind of dig it into the ground. That's one thing about swampy area. It does flood easy. They actually had to do work in Naples to make it usable. So some of it was just swamp, or so much of it was just swamp. And then that knee wall will also protect from any type of sniper fire or something. 1 in a million, but still could happen. And that brings up the next thing. You don't have any real protective positions, I don't think, at this point. I don't know if you want to put in guard towers or not, but they do have quick setup guard towers. I think those things with the cameras that they use in the parking lot, some of those are like guard towers that they've used, I've seen over the years. You can raise them up and lower them. Most of them are just camera towers, but you want to put some sort of positions in there where there's some sort of protection. As you can probably go to it online. There's a guard booth. Observation towers. Yeah. They're showing anything. RX mobile guard towers. Make it a little bit more permanent. Right. It says in 90 minutes you can fully deploy a ready-to-occupy 10-foot tall guard tower on a prepared pad. It requires a prepared pad, I guess. Wait a minute, it requires no steel frame erecting or costly. So any similar guard tower. It's a stackable. They have stackables. Right, I don't know if that's guard tower. Here it is, Skywatch mobile surveillance. Yeah. Bullet resistant mobile security. Medors. It's not actually allowing me to get to it. What the hey? Got to the Skywatch here. I don't know what this is going. So it looks like they travel on a trailer, I guess. But I don't know. So you've seen these at, let me put it into the screen. Hey. Some reason it's not working. Oh, I know. It should work. So, you know, something like that, you can put up pretty quick. I've seen those deployed with, you know, in parking lots at Walmart at Christmas or something. Probably want to at least get, you know, one at each corner. Well, the only thing is you can't climb up it, I guess. I don't know how that works. Let me take a look over here. Because up to 60 mile per hour gusts, that may not be enough. I don't know. Right. I mean, you can always put it down on the ground when the gusts come in. Raises in about 90 seconds. Towable practically anywhere. Right. The 60 mile an hour sounds a little bit low. But, I mean, bring it down if you have to. I'm trying to get to this other one here. There it is. You got to ask him how, you know, what the wind capability is. That looks pretty cool. The trailer looks more heavy duty, might be more money. Oh, it's overseas. Security Pro, that don't look too bad. I'm actually. The other thing is, how do you enter and exit? That's one of the questions. You don't need to be putting it up and putting it down all day. All right. find something, I'm sure. Calling it Skywatch over here. It's got flare in it. They're saying 60-mile-per-hour wind, so I don't know. You have to look at. I don't know what Florida experience is on a regular basis. I mean, 60's getting up there. Again, you bring it down. If the hurricane comes, you're gonna have to evac. I don't think they can survive in those tents at all. Right. Again, you can monitor those storms. You can start days earlier. I mean, sometimes you're gonna. So that's kind of a mess though, because sometimes it years away. Right. So locations in the Everglades. Naples doesn't get the majority of hurricanes do not affect Naples, although it's been changing course. Right. So I'm just kind of remembering from Naples. So Miami and Naples really don't get a lot of the hurricane. Right. So it's usually a little bit north of there. It usually starts at the earliest Fort Myers, where it gets real heavy. But it gets, that's the only thing about Florida weather and Florida detention, or temporary detention. So you have to bring that down for them to go up, or there's no way to climb it into it. See, that's the only problem. Because you have to drop it and bring it up every time you want to put somebody in it. I mean, that's a little bit much. You need to have some sort of ladder that they can climb. Or something, even a stairway. I'm sure they've had more permanent, situations. So might be an option somewhere. So again, for safety and security, got some sort of thing they built there. These have to have some sort of permanent type of thing. Get in. Yeah, they do. All right. These probably aren't as, suited for that particular mission, but or might be, I don't know. So once you put it up, then you continue to improve until you get to the level of safety and security that you're looking for. It says prisons. So it's just using like a container, right? I mean, obviously, you could even buy your own container and put a shack up on top, or you might even have some sea containers, like the original wall, the wall idea in Texas. So you put a C, one of them C vans or whatever it is, whatever they call those things, and then C container down, and then you put the shack on top, and you can bolt it in to the C container, and then you can fashion some sort of stairway or ladder or something. It's probably cheaper and probably stronger. Now, if you use theirs, it's all their stuff. Doesn't say waves. Thank you, Larry. I mean, that may be your actually best option, but, they're saying once the pad is prepared, it takes like next to nothing to put it up there. From start to finish in as little as 90 minutes, you can fully deploy a ready to occupy 10-foot tall guard tower on a prepared pad. I think 10 foot is the base, or is that the height? I don't. Looks like it's base. It's 10 foot. So I get at least 4 of those. One of these corner. Okay. They come in naval blue. Custom color options are available upon request. Chase Tobin owes me. Oh, it's UK. Darn it. Okay, bring it over there. You got the idea. You just got to get you just got to get a guard shack. Get a C van. I would get a C van. Right. And you can use the C van to put stuff in. Right. You can't like if you have a detail of if you have like possibly in the future you'll have some people you'll have a detail. I don't know. I guess you can. It's not a prison. You can't only stay there so long again. Right. A little different than detainees, like camp inmates. I'm about to say you can't bring them over the tower to work the storage in the tower. Right. Right. So you can bring 4 C vans in, I guess they call them. Right. That you can use that for storage, but then on top of the C van, storage or whatever. I mean, you could even use it as a break room or something like that. I think, right? But on top of the C van, you put a guard shack, whatever guard shack you want. You can bolt it in. I imagine that'd be strong enough. And then fashion some sort of stairway up to it. So that would give you some extra space. And actually, the C van is more secure inside than the tent and the tents. So you can use it for shelter. You can use it for storage and or shelter. So I'd actually bring in C vans and put them at the corners, and then put a guard shack on top. I mean, it's the same as that idea, but you build it yourself, and it doesn't take long. Right? You just got the anchor points. Right. And then you have separate storage area and or safe area. If you need to run for cover real quick, you run up into the C van. and then you launch your offense from the C-van. Or you stay there till reinforcements come. How you call it? Was it? Never did Google this before. I don't even know how they spell it. I think it's C. Right. Shipping containers. So yeah, you just get yourself a shipping container. Right. You might want to do something to secure it on the bottom. I don't know, into the ground. Do they have any problems in Texas with these? It's not bad price. Oh, it's a rent. Oh, you can rent or buy. Houston. It's about $2,000 each. Is that for the standard prices? Campus prices? I guess it's for the 40-foot standard. That sounds about right. Or you go for the high cube. 40 by 8. What's the high cube? That's still $2,000 too, though. I'm not sure. It says it requires 120 feet for delivery available. It's 9.5 feet. That'd be better. I'm sure you got plenty in Florida. So 9.6 foot is probably better with 40 foot. I don't know, it might be kind of big. Let's figure it out. That'd be nice. You just put that out there, put a guard tower on top. I don't know what the top is, but I imagine it's pretty tough. You have to look at it. Got for sale in Miami. Jacksonville. And they don't have. Again, you have to find somebody you can buy. Request a color. I think. I mean, it doesn't matter, but. But I get a shipping container. Like here's one. You can even get smaller ones if you wanted to. But one thing about that is that gives you additional space. Here's a 20 foot or a 40 foot. The thing is, if you can get a taller one, I don't know. Well, it's 28'6". I mean, if all you get is 8'6", and that's all you get, it's better than what you got, right? But you look to see, here's these here. These are the small ones where you could be, if you just were going to use it for the shack. You didn't want to take up a lot of space. But again, having the seat, the storage container on, or the cargo container on site, you can use it for storage or whatever. And it's heavier. So again, it would probably withstand more of the wind and all of that. I just don't know what the thickness of that top part is. What we're looking at. And there's several ways to mount it. And of course, you want to use several bolts and steel plates. You could just sandwich it, probably. I mean, I don't know what the material is. I don't think it's thin. Actually, it might be too thin. You might have to weld some bars on. And then, right. And put the mounting bracket, weld the mounting bracket to it. I think the frame's stiffer. But I don't. Got, you know what, like Annie. You definitely got the witches attacking us. Oh wait, it's still stuck on that? Hey, wait a minute, why am I... Oh, not making sense. It says... I don't know why it says that. It's showing that one. Right. That's weird. So you didn't see any of it. I'm looking at it on my screen over here, but you didn't see it over here, I guess. So, you know, these cargo containers, pretty simple there. So that's what we're talking about. Now you get a smaller cargo container if you wanted. I think the cargo container idea would be better than like one of these. I mean, I'm sure you have these in stock even. But I think to go up into that, unless they, actually, right, I think I did see that they do have a stairway option. Right. That's the one that's like 60 miles an hour wind, and they have like a flare, they say Teledyne flare. Protect up to 60 mile per hour gusts. I'm thinking that the other one might actually be higher if it's built right. Oh, this thing's still showing this. I'll have to just maybe redo some of this. I don't know. It's, I don't know what's it showing there. Eh. There you go. So, a deterrence tower. A lot of the other ones are made in other countries. But that C-van idea, you could build your own. Right. Shipping container. And then you could actually get bigger shipping containers. Right. Well, you should have guard towers, even if it's only, 8 foot up. But with this, if you can build it securely, you'd have the shipping container for use as storage or even a safe room. Right. It's better than being in the tent. Here's a high cube. That's what they're talking about, the high cube. Probably 20 foot would be enough, but you can even do a 40 foot if you wanted. You can bring some welders in. Weld the pad on top, some sort of mounting pad, and then again, the bigger ones are heavier, so you protect them more against the hurricane with the bigger one, and then of course you could actually use a bigger one, a 40-foot one, for storage and a safe room. Right. You can put, like, for the correctional staff, whoever that is. You can make that a break room. So they're somewhere not in when they're on break, not in the tent, just in case something goes wrong in the tents. You have a force that's out in another area to retake the tent if it goes bad. Yeah, the 40-foot one looks like a monster, but you have the extra weight against hurricane force winds. Right. And then you could split that in half and make half storage and half like a break room or supply area, whatever you do. Issue supplies. You can actually make that a supply room, and then you have all your supplies secured. It's not just sitting in a tent. So you put all your supplies in there, and then you have your supply person, 24/7 in that, in the front area. So that could be one of those. Because again, if you put 4 in, you got 4 different locations. You can make 4 separate things. Right. Again, make sure it's not going to flood. Not sure the answers to all that. Well, you could too, yeah, I imagine. It just depends. You could also, over time, put a knee wall around the fencing so it doesn't come in from outside the fencing, which is maybe what you need to do. Oh, this one's neat with a roll-up door. See, that's the kind of stuff you can do. I mean, if I don't need the roll-up door. It looks like hurricane roll-up doors. Pretty expensive, but I'm sure you spend money. It's pretty cool. Put a couple counters. Sell burgers and fries. Pretty interesting. It's a lot of options. That's probably your best bet, unless you got the mobile thing. You want to use that. I know probably a lot of your cities probably or counties have 1 or 2 of those at least. But when it comes to hurricane force, CVAM probably provides the best base. Right. And then, of course, it has multiple uses. $20 million. Yeah, you have to be careful on private guard forces. I don't know what's going on there, but sometimes they get jaded and do crazy stuff, especially out there in the desert. Right. Right. So you got to watch that. I don't know what's going on. I can't tell you. I'm not there. Right. But just even if you think it's Hamas, reinforce discipline. The idea that we just kill people because they're a second-class citizen or even a 50th-class citizen is false. We don't do that. But, mob mentality and, cliques and all that can bring that up. Well, I'll tell you what, if this is true, that whole thing about the waterfront property really ruined it. I have no idea why you speak about the things you all speak about. People have done that through history and time, but they never speak about it. All right. Well, if they think the whole thing's about waterfront property for rich people, they're going to do shit. Pardon my French there, but that's what they're going to do. Right. It's crazy. All right, that's it. Just seeing the guard towers. All right. I guess I'll have to post it to make sure they get it. Mini shipping containers work too, but they're not as heavy and you don't have additional use. So again, the 20-foot would give you something, but the 40-foot would definitely have a lot more hurricane staying power. Let's see if I can ask it. What is the roof? I think it's maybe just galvanized sheeting, but well, corrugated steel. Yeah, it's saying that you're going to build something. That's a hint. Building a roof over the container. Right. So, right, you'll build some sort of pad, and it doesn't probably have to be solid. It could probably just be a welded frame for mounting it, right, or something like that. But again, look at it, make sure it's strong enough. I've never studied a C-van as far as building a structure on top, and I guess they're building those houses, right? They're fine. They'll probably build a pad or frame. Oh, it does that. Right, the corner post. But it doesn't have it has a rail that runs across. You'd have to look at it to make sure. Oh yeah, for insurance reasons and stuff, you might actually want to buy one built for it. I don't know. It probably would work. That corner post, not the roof panel. But then you can't go to the other corner post, right? Right. I don't know what the weight of that rail thing is. Well, those rails. So maybe you'd have to get a smaller one that would fit, right? Or just order somebody's. That'd be great if you could use a C-van. Oh, okay. They're saying that they can do it. They can build a pad on it and weld it on. It would probably work. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.